Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Martyna and I am still working on my fairy journals. I have 6 of those in the making. They are almost done. I am very excited about this collection, but I am still creating ephemera. I don't want them to be full of ephemera or pockets or anything like that. I would prefer that they are rather blank-ish for the owners to do with them what they please. But in one of the previous videos we've made this altered window envelope here, so I just want to do something for each of the signatures. And so today I am still working with my fairy garden digital kit. You can find it in my Etsy shop. And I thought I also have these. So these are some scraps and some papers that I still have left. I also have some of these craft. They are like envelopes, but also kind of, you know, coin pockets. So I was thinking of using those. And my idea is that I will have the collaged front. I will use the flap to attach it to a page like this. This way it will flip. It will flip up, and I will still have the whole page here, you know, for anything that I want. And then this side could be either, I have 2 ideas, either just additional space for journaling, or we will have a pocket here, and this could also kind of have a smaller pocket here, so we would have a double pocket like this. I think I like this idea. So my idea is that I'm going to treat those 6 envelopes as a sort of a base for kind of like a collage masterboard. So I'm going to put them right next to one another. And hopefully I can fit them in the camera for you guys. Well, almost. So this is going to be my canvas for what I'm going to be working on. And maybe I should actually use some washi tape to... Oh yeah, I have a roll of washi tape here. So let me actually use some washi tape to join them. And I'm going to treat them as if they were a single sheet of paper. I'm going to collage all over them. And then when the whole collage is done, I am then going to cut them apart into those separate pockets. I think this is going to be a fun way to collage 6 envelopes, and also a fast way, I would say, because we are going to be doing one big piece, but in fact we will have 6 separate pockets. I hope it will work. I hope, well, it will work. I mean, I will be able to collage over them, but I hope I will be able to then cut them apart easily. We will see. I want to try it. Kind of like mass collaging. So it's Saturday today. I hope this video also goes up on Saturday. So I thought this is a perfect, relaxing project for the weekend for all of us. Okay. Awesome. Now they won't move too much. What do I need? So I have my papers, and I also have some scraps here that I'm going to be using. I will also take my ruler. I will probably also take my vintage photo. What else? What else? Glue. I need some glue. So I have my glue sticks here. And, oh, I know. I also have my paper scraps. So I'm going to be pairing or combining my kit with the paper scraps. Okay, so let's start with the actual scraps that I have here. Let's see. We could add them kind of randomly here and there, here and there. They are a nice size already. Maybe a little bit more of the pink ones. And I'm trying to, as you can see, go over the lines because I really want this collage masterboard to be rather random so that we get interesting results when we cut everything apart. Okay, I actually think I might be able to use those scraps that I already have as sort of my basis. Now I do think I want them on top, so I'm going to take my ruler and I will tear those edges which are not on the edges of my actual board, those that are going to be, although I quite like the idea of having a little bit of this craft edge here, so maybe I will tear all of these edges up. Okay. Alrighty, so I have paused the video to tear all of the edges and ink them up because you guys don't have to see me do this, and also I want to do some fun things on this masterboard, so that's why I really wanted to speed up the parts that aren't that fun, and you guys have seen me do it hundreds of times, not hundreds, but dozens, I think. So let's now take a look. Okay, I'm going to move it here. Let's take a look at our scraps. And I especially have some scraps from vintage ledger papers that I would like to use. So I'm going to take maybe 3 of those because they have this nice pink color with the lines, and I think it would look really pretty combined with the kit. I will take maybe, I have some of those, what are these, coffee stained papers, maybe these as well. What else do we have here? This is my box for my neutral colored scrap. So there is a little bit of color here, but not too much. I have some book pages. Yeah. We could certainly use those. Some Tim Holtz, but maybe not for this project. Do I have any more larger book pages? I have a little bit of this, some music, always happy to include music, a vintage envelope piece, always happy to have it. And some more book. Okay, let's see if we can make something with those scrubs, and if not, then we will just simply add and some more scrubs here. And as you know, I like to, with my collaging and especially with my masterboards, I like to work in layers. So whatever I am putting here now might not be what ends up here in the end. I might still cover some things up. This is just how I like to work with collaging, adding layers upon layers upon layers. Maybe not, this is too similar of a color. How about here, where we already have some darker ones? We can add this one. And I'm also considering leaving some of the craft paper peeking through, because I think it's a really pretty color. We don't need to cover it up completely. I just want to cover up those red elements and also the spaces between our envelopes, individual pockets. One there, then I could probably add this piece here. Do I want 2 book pages right next to each other? I'm not sure. They are quite different from each other. Maybe a piece of music paper right here. Yes, I like that. Then a piece of this could also go here. One more piece of music, maybe there. Why not? Why not? And something here. How about this? Because it's going to go under those pieces, but I think it will work nicely here. Okay, you guys. Oh, I think we need one more something for... Oh, I haven't used those ledger papers now, have I? And maybe one more, because you know I like to have 3 of each type. There or here, there maybe. Okay, I think for the baseline I really like it. So I am going to, I think again, stop the camera, ink everything up, glue everything down, and I will be back with you guys in just a second, and we will do something fun on top of this, all of this. Okay, everything is glued down. I think it looks rather pretty at this point. And before I go further and sort of add kind of like focal points, I do want to take a little bit of gesso. This is just white gesso. Mine isn't very thick. Thick gesso would work really well here, but I will just try to go with this one. And I'm going to take it on my finger, and I'm going to go around some places, some of the places where these pieces intersect, and just make a little bit of softer edges, but also, you know, it just adds a little bit of a mixed media touch without really too much effort. So I do want to add some of those here and there. I'm not sure how much of it will be visible when we are done here with our boards, but I think at least a little bit will be. So how are you guys? I hope you are doing great. I hope you had a great week and will have a nice weekend. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Here in Poland we are unfortunately going through another wave. I think it's a fourth one of the, well, you know what. And it's really not looking great. And me, well, I work from home, my boyfriend works from home, so we are safe. We are also, of course, vaccinated, and we've been through the sickness itself a few months ago. But my sister and my mom, they work with school children a lot, and there is so much among teachers and children that are sick that I'm quite worried about them. But well, can you imagine that it's been 2 years, almost 2 years since all this started? That's for me, it's, well, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But we have a nice sunny day here in Poland today. Very cold, very wintry cold already, but a nice sunny day. And I'm sure when I'm done here and when we've had some lunch, Derek and I are going to go on a walk. We've been trying to go on walks almost every day lately, unless it's raining, because I really can't do walking when it's raining. I just cannot. But yes, it's a nice day today. And even when it's cold, you know, we just dress up and we try to walk about 3 to 4 kilometers. For us it's a lot because we haven't been very physically active. So I know that for some people that might be like a minimum, but for us it's a lot, and it's really making us feel better, more energized. Derek also, he works from home in a corporate job, so he sits a lot at his desk, and he's been saying that ever since we started walking, his back doesn't hurt, doesn't ache, because he used to have back aches quite often from, you know, sitting too much at a computer. So see how this just adds a little bit of softness and a little bit of, I would say, messiness as well. I really love this this effect. Maybe here a little bit. Okay, also these papers, the background papers that I'm using from the fairy garden, are also created, where I created them digitally, but I tried to make them sort of mixed media-y in how they look. And I hope I managed that. Okay, I don't want to waste time by drying it, so I use a very thin layer of gesso. And now I think I would like to add some stamping. So let me see what I have. Maybe some text. I have this cursive sort of stamp. This is from Kaisercraft. And I'm going to use my archival ink in coffee, because I want brown, not black. There is not much black going on here. The colors are soft. So I'm, as always with background stamping, not using any what's it called, acrylic blocks. I'm just going messily around, adding it here and there. Definitely not going for clear impressions either. And some, as you can see, I'm going horizontally, some vertically. Okay. So I would say this is it for now. Now we can add some kind of like focal points, and I'm saying like kind of, you know, in a quotation marks, because we are still going to be cutting these up, so we don't know what we are going to end up with. But for our board, these are going to be focal points. Okay, you guys, so where are my papers? I would like to choose some images from these papers, but perhaps without fairies, because when I cut these apart, I would not like to, I don't know, decapitate the fairy, or, you know, cut off her wings or whatever. If I cut a flower in half, that's still going to be perfectly fine. It's still going to look like a flower. So I think I'm just going to take a few of those flowery bits. Like here, maybe this part, and see what I can do with them. I really love how this kit turned out. I have been meaning to create a fairy kit for some time now, and I'm very happy with this. This one, it's just whimsical and magical, I would say. Okay, I'm looking for maybe this page to add some blue. Okay, let's see this. But I do like how soft it looks. Okay, putting this aside just for a second. And I am going to take my tearing ruler and try to take some of those flower elements, and still am I sticking to rectangular or square shapes. Not sure about this yellow, but let's try this. Or maybe I could have this. Yeah, I think I would like to have this part with the forget-me-nots, and this is, I think, a, what's it called in, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on it, but the spring flower, I know what it's called in Polish, it's żonkil, but in English, oh, it's not a dandelion. Okay, how do I want to do it? Maybe like this, and then like that. Not a dandelion, but well, I will probably remember right after finishing this video. Maybe this bit as well. Now I will see if I want so many of them, and also I may make them smaller, but I would like to have some colors to choose from, some color options to choose from, whether I decide to go more with blue or more with pinks. Okay. Now let's see. If we have enough. Look at this. I really like it. I think I actually want a little bit more, maybe smaller pieces, so that, because I think this one here in the corner needs some, I would like every, oh, I have one more. I would like every pocket to have something flowery. So maybe I will actually go for this. This is like yellow lilac. I don't think I've ever seen a yellow lilac here in Poland. But maybe I have, maybe I just don't remember. Okay, how about this? I think it looks pretty, doesn't it? Now, with these, I am going to be using some gold paste. So let me take my wax, gold wax. This is not open. I'm just not sure if I want this color. I had to buy a few new tubes, but the color that I was using previously, which was called Pure Gold, was not available at this particular shop. So I took, this one is called Rich Gold, and honestly it's a little bit like greenish to me. Definitely it's not as rich as the Pure Gold was. So, but I still like it. It's a bit less, it's a bit more subtle. Let's put it this way. So as always, I'm going around with my finger. Is it winter already where you are? I mean, do you already have snow? Is it already as cold as it usually is in winter? We've had some snow falling maybe 2 or 3 nights ago, but it was very wet and it melted away pretty much as soon as it touched the ground. So nothing here yet, which is good because I think I've mentioned it a lot last year, but winter in a city, in a big city like Krakow, is not a pleasant thing. It's not a beautiful thing. And unfortunately has nothing to do with your winter wonderland. Well, maybe early in the morning before everyone else wakes up and before traffic starts and when it's still white. But it turns great and wet very quickly, so that would make our daily walks that much more difficult. But because it's so cold outside, it makes me so happy to work with flowers and those vibrant colors like here in these papers, and well, generally with flowers, because they make me think of spring. Now I am perfectly fine with the temperature. I really don't function well with heat, so it's not like I would like spring to be here right now, but you know, it would be nice to see some flowers on the trees and in people's gardens. Okay, I think that should be okay. I think that should be sufficient. Now I have one more idea about how to make this masterboard a bit more interesting still, and we will see if it works. So I think that we're going to do this front side of our pockets today, and then I'm probably still going to do the rest, so the back side today as well. And I will film this, and this will be like part 2. So for this I'm using wet glue because it's a bit quicker this way, and also this paper that I printed. Whoa, look at this. That's a lot of gold. It's still wettish, so what was I saying? Oh, this paper that I print my kits on, this is matte photo paper, and I think it's at least 100 GSM, maybe even a little bit more over that, so maybe like 110. So it's not as thin as some of those papers that I was using here in the background. Okay, maybe somewhere here. And this is upside down, but I don't mind at all. We are not taking our puppy on those long walks though, because, well, she's a Chihuahua, so she's not very, like, she doesn't like cold very much. And also she hates being dressed up. So I even had a few like sweaters or the cutest little jackets that I wanted to put her into. But the moment the moment I dress her, she stops moving. She's like in shock. She just stands in the same position that I left her, and she will not move. She hates being dressed up. So to protect her from cold, we only go for shorter walks with her during the day. I'm just wondering, where do I want to put it? Here. Yes, shorter walks with her, and then we leave her to sleep in warmth. And I think I need something here because I feel like this pocket will not have much. So one more flowery bit. Do I have something that I can use? Any scraps, perhaps? No. Okay, so I'm going to dig into a new page. Maybe these. I like these. Also, this 4-kilometer route that we have, it's a nice route. It leads us through a really pretty park and then along the river Vistula near the Valville Castle, and then we go back home, and it's about 4.5 kilometers. It takes us an hour, and I imagine that if we took our Zuzia with us on this route, it would take 3 hours at least, because she can't walk. She has to, her walk, you know, we walk like this in a straight line, and she's like, go back, go forth, go right, left, stand in a random place. Yeah, she's a very curious puppy. Maybe like this. Yes, she's a very curious puppy, and she loves to just stop and smell everything. Every step she has to stop and smell something for like 10 seconds, then she moves 2 steps with her tiny little legs, and then she stops again. So walking with her is really not much walking. There's really not much walking in walking with her. So that's why we also leave her at home, because we like to, you know, keep a pace and get a little bit sweaty on those walks. Okay, so my last idea for this would be to use some heat embossing over everything here. And I want to see, oh yeah, I have this stamp which I really love. It is like cracks or something like this. This is from Studio Light, and I probably got it online somewhere. I don't remember, but it's a beautiful background stamp. And I'm going to take, I'm wondering, do I want gold? Well, gold is always a great idea, but I also have some other colors. Or do I had also some other more pastel colors of embossing pages. Oh, I have this one which is like this minty color, and I think I also had some pink. Oh yeah, I have some pink as well. So how about I go with these two? One of them first and then the other one. Okay. I don't think I've tried them before. I got them because I loved the colors. I'm not sure this pad even works anymore, and I want to go over as many pieces as I can. So let's do a few impressions in one color and then a few in the other. Okay, let's hope something sticks. I'm going to start with pink. Not sure where my impressions are at this point, so I'm just going randomly, and I can go back. Okay, now I need something, so let me take a piece of paper like this to try to carefully remove the powder. Look at this. No, not sure if you can see, but there's definitely some shine, some pinky shine here and there, especially that this pink also has some, I believe, gold and silver specks. So it's a really pretty one. Oops, okay. Not everything will be this color, but that's fine. So I'm going to plug in my heat tool. I hope the sound won't bother you too much. It's not that bad, really. And I'm doing it this way, so first the background, then the focal points, and now the embossing, because I really want something, in this case the embossing, to go over all of the pieces to make them a cohesive whole, you know, so that the the focal points, those flowers, do not stick out too much and do not, you know, look like they don't belong there. I have a hard time seeing if the embossing is melted because there's really not that much of it. I think my pad is kind of dry and I should replace it. But yeah, I think it's melting. The specks are moving a little bit. Okay, let's decide it's done. Oh my goodness, so many of those. Look at this, you guys. That's for me a downside of heat embossing, that then I have the powder everywhere. Oh my goodness. Just give me a sec. I'm going to have to take a wet wipe and take care of this now before I have it all over in our apartment. Now a dry one. Awesome. So going back to this. Okay, some still needs to be removed. That's fine. I like this really delicate impression, especially here in this corner. It looks nice. Okay, so now let's try this again with a little bit of blue, and maybe this time I'll try to remember the places I put it in. So here in the middle up top, then here in the middle, slightly to the right, and then here I think, okay, this one seems slightly more visible, this minty one, especially on those light backgrounds. So let's see what it will look like when it's melted. Okay, going in with the heat tool again. Pretty. Really delicate, but really pretty. Okay, I think we could call this done, and I think it's time to cut this up. Okay, so I'm going to take my big scissors. Oh, just let me... Where's my glue cup? Here it is. Okay. This is an exciting, a bit scary, but exciting part of cutting those apart. And I'm trying to go carefully in between here so I don't cut off my flaps. I would not like that. You can always make it a little bit easier on yourself when you're washi taping those together by leaving a little bit of space. Have I cut it? No, it's perfect. Okay, no picking yet. I'm going to cut these two apart, and here I don't mind if I cut them open because I am going to stitch all around those pockets, well, all around the three sides. So I can be a little bit less careful here. The flaps, like here, you know, I opened it on the side, but that's okay. I'm going to stitch it close. The flaps are the important part that I did not want to mess up. Well, it still could be fixed, of course, but it would take more time. Let's see for you guys. Wow, look at this one. And can you see all the shiny parts? So this is our first envelope. Ooh, this one is so interesting. I love the minty embossing. This is so pretty. I love how random it is, how you have just those little scraps here and there. Oh, this is so fun. Like here, like this little tiny one. This is my favorite part of collaging this way, with using masterboards and then cutting them up to create pockets or something. Okay, so there is that, and I love it. I hope you guys do too. Now I'm wondering, do I want to go around them with gold or with inking? But I'm thinking, because we already have some of this gold here, I'm going to go with gold. And I would love to add, now I'm wondering, I would love to add a little bit of some fabric. Do I have any fabric flowers left? Oh, not really. I've used a lot of them already, and I only have some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. Maybe I could add them and make like little clusters of flower and some enamel dots or something like that. Okay, I am going to take my glue gun, plug it in, and we'll see. These are just some material like fabric artificial flowers that I got in, I don't know, either AliExpress or just online in some craft store. And I've used a lot of these for these journals, for these fairy journals on the covers and inside, and so I have just a few left. I really need to order them again, or find some flowers to order them, because I've been loving using them. I'm using a glue gun, so hot glue to attach them, and it works like a charm. They add a bit of dimension, they add a bit of interest, a bit of 3D-ness, which is always nice, for me at least. I'm also wondering still whether I want to make them into double pockets, or whether I want to just glue something here and make them into just journaling space, you know, just hidden, secret journaling space. Oh, here is a question to you guys. When you are crafting, do you craft one thing at a time and make one journal at a time, or do you prefer sort of mass making? For me, I love mass making because it's so relaxing to me. I still come up with an idea, you know, so it's still creative. I come up with an idea for the first thing, but then doing the same thing a few times, it is just very relaxing for me. I really love it. And it also makes my work, since I sell my journals, it makes my work much quicker than doing one at a time. But still, you know, every piece is slightly different. There are no two exact ones, as it is with handmade things, of course. So they are all original, even though I make them all at the same time. Okay, I want to put them in the right, well, I don't want them to be upside down, is what I'm trying to say. Now, my hot glue, and with these flowers, I'm wondering how I want to do it, because I have some of these enamel dots, these like faux pearls, these two and these, and maybe I will take away the center of those flowers. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. So I'm left with just layers of material with a dot inside, and I'm going to make my own center with those enamel dots. Well, every time I use my gun, my glue gun, I'm reminded that I really would like to have a new one, a more powerful one, because first of all, the glue that I'm using would be a bit more fluid. Okay, so I'll first go with the flowers and then add some more embellishments. So yeah, the glue would be more fluid. It would probably heat up a bit faster, and there wouldn't be those glue threads everywhere, I think. That's how I see it, at least. I'm not certain. This one was super cheap. It was in dollars. That would probably be like $2 or $3, maybe less than $3, I think, dollars. So obviously, well, you can't expect great quality for that. But when I got it, I tried to do it, well, I often do it things I buy, with new things that I want to try to use and buy them for my crafting, is that when I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, I buy a cheaper version, see if I need it, if I need this particular tool, and then when I do, and like with my glue gun I use it a lot, then for me it's a sign that it's time to invest a little bit and get a better one, because it also makes my work easier and faster. Okay, this one now. Glue threads everywhere. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You stay down, mister. Maybe it does. I think they look really cute. And here. Maybe here. Oh, burnt myself here a little bit. Okay. We have this one. And the last one. And then I will want to add a little bit more of these pearls and enamel dots to kind of create little clusters and kind of make it all go together well. Alright, love it, love it. It's going to be a nice decoration for any page that we put it in, I think. Oh, so many threads. Alright, and the last step here today. Excuse me, had to deal with some dry flowers on my floor. Will be to add some of these. So how about I add maybe I'm going to use some wet glue, because I don't trust this glue that is on those enamel dots, especially not with all the mixed media that we have underneath. Just one or two, and you know, they go along with the center, so I think they look just so cute. And then maybe here I would like a blue one. And then one more perhaps similar to the center here. And I will show you all of these in just a second in more detail. Okay, so let's go with this one and a pink one. Now this glue sips a little bit out of those pearls here, but they dry clear, so it dries clear, so it's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be visible when it dries. This one is at the top. Yes. Where do I want my pearls? Going up. Maybe going up. Maybe one here and there. Now I am of course tempted to add some gold splashes. You know me and my obsession with those gold splashes. But I don't know. Do we want some? Maybe not this time. I think it's already quite busy with all the shining going on, and we also have some digital splashes on the papers. Okay, you guys, so this project is done. We could also call it done totally, because you could you know, glue it down on this side, cut this off, and you would have a top loading pocket. I do believe I want to make them into flip outs. I'm still wondering, but I hope you enjoyed this project. Let me show you up close how these turned out. I think they are really nice and really interesting with all the collaging and the embossing. So any coin pocket or envelope that you have would do for this project. And I really enjoyed treating them as one, you know, treating them as if they were one sheet of paper that I was collaging on. I think this was something different for me and something really fun. Okay guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Thank you so much for crafting with me. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I will speak to you very soon in the next one. Bye guys!